What is your perception of where you think the ball is? This is your 9 iron.
That is a 9, okay.
Okay.
Got more in the center than I thought.
So I'm going to put me up with a, I'll come back to this one in a minute, but that's 447, so let's don't lose sight of that. And then I'll put a tour player up first, hitting an 8 iron. There is not a tour player or a great ball striker that their ball is behind center.
Okay.
You can't, if you were playing baseball or tennis or hockey, any other stick sport, the only way you can create leverage is hit the ball in front of you. Okay. So 75% of his body is behind the ball.
Yeah.
And if I showed you me with a pitching wedge, it would be exactly the same fight.
Really?
The only thing that would be different would be my stance would be quite wide. But as far as where the ball is to my left heel, it would be exactly the same. Any ball on the ground. On the tee, it moves forward. The reason that you miss a lot of balls right is because your body is in front of the ball.
Yeah.
And you have to try to catch up to the ball to make it go back to the left. And that's why when you do it, sometimes it goes left.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you don't catch up, it goes to the right. Yeah. And if your timing's perfect, you'll hit it straight. But you could also hit it a little bit fat and thin too. More times than not, your misses are going to be, whether it's left or right, we all miss it. It's relative. But the point I'm making is your ball position is really a detriment to what you're trying to accomplish in your swing. If I can get your ball position better, you're going to finish your swing better. Because the more you put the ball back, your body responds to something behind you by going this way sometimes. Or if you go this way, it goes to the right. The next time you go this way, it goes to the right.
Yeah.
So, again, that's an 8 iron. Their head, Mr. Pinnock was my teacher, and he always said, your ball position with all of your irons or all the balls on the ground should be somewhere close to your left ear. Okay. So here's your left ear. So you're already in front of the ball.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at the backswing. So to get behind this ball with the ball that far back, you would almost have to sway to get behind it. Right, so that line moves. Let me change that for a second. I should say my camera moves. So that's 90 degrees. Okay. So you're not behind it. Still not behind it. Still not behind it. Now you're in front of it. Now you're going to stand up because you're in front of it. And your handle is not in front of that golf ball. That's behind it. That's because of ball position more than any other thing. That's creating your swing flaw. Right? So he's behind it. He's going to turn behind it. He's going to shift to the left. Let's see where his head is when he hits it. His head's behind the line, and his handle is in front of his left leg. Your handle's in front of your back leg. Wow. That's the only way you can get it up in the air. You have to flip the front back up. Yeah. He's actually compressing the ball on the downswing. Okay. So, again, your ball position is creating a lot of that. You're flipping the, you see how much hand action there is there. And he's got chest, hip, and arm rotation. Yeah. Wow. You're standing up and going backwards. He's actually going to move down and forward. They all do that. Yeah. Let's put somebody else up there that's more normal like me. I'm not a tour player for sure. This is a 7 iron. Yeah. You keep going ahead by your ear. I'm actually even more behind. Yeah. And I hit the ball really low. You would think I would hit it higher, right? Nicklaus played everything on his left heel. Everything. We just narrowed his stance because that's shorter. I'm behind it, turn behind it, shifted, I'm still behind it, handles in front of it, compress the ball on the downswing, and now I'm going to move through it. Wow. And doesn't matter who I put up here, I can put up 475 tour players. I've never seen a good player that's in front of the ball. They're all behind. So there's a misconception out there sometimes about ball position. A tour player is going to start in the middle of their stance, typically with their wedges, and gradually move the ball slightly further forward. I don't do that. I play the ball in the same spot on every shot. I just narrow my stance because it's shorter. Really? And I just widen my stance because it's forward. Okay. Because when you watch a tour player hit a wedge, it's more down. Yeah. Right? When you watch him hit a 4-iron, it's less divot. It's sweepier. Well, if I move my right foot back, I'm going to be more behind it. Right? Yeah. So that was the way Mr. Pinnock taught it as well. Your ball position will not fluctuate when the ball's on the ground more than 2 balls. That's not very much. But he always started with the ball just left of your navel. Okay, right on your left ear.
Okay.
All right. So that's the first thing. So that's creating, again, some of your flaws. All right, now let's go back to the down the line view and look at your path. What was it, 447? What was that? You see it, probably. All right. That's all you?
About 5'8".
Perfect. That's why we're going to go back to Trevor Immelman. Aim's good.
I like his spine better.
I don't see anything that is out of normal in your posture. I actually
Really?
like it. I mean, you're not 30 years old anymore, so
About twice that, yeah.
okay. So your posture fluctuates a little bit. So Mr. Pinnock said, however, your normal posture is you just bend from your hips, soften your knees. There you go. So I don't think that there's anything wrong there. When your grip, your aim, and your posture is good, it's your ball position as far as fundamentals.
Okay.
So you're 3 for 4. So that's pretty good. You're doing the whole thing. All right. So let's do backswing and downswing. We're going to look at path and face. You made a comment earlier. You thought you were sometimes over the plane. I didn't ever see you come over the plane. I did see you flip your hands quite a bit. I think you missed the ball left because your club's getting to the ball before the handle. You don't get enough forward shaft lean, and part of that again is your ball position. But I'm going to stop him halfway down too, and just stop right there. What do you see different with your arms and body?
I see my right elbow is out there a lot further from my body than what I see his. It's up there, and he's already, I see he's kind of frozen almost by.
All right, let's watch
his one seems to open up.
You know why?
Sway too.
No.
No?
Every good player moves to the left. All of them slide left in their downswing. They all do. Your right hip's in the left. Your arm is stuck behind your body. His arms are out in front of his body. That's why he has more room to swing. Your hips are going under. It's what we call early extension. That's why most of the to put you on the pro zone. Because if you do what you're doing right now, you're going to hit the bar every time. So imagine, let me take this one off. So this is your butt plane. All right, we call that the vertical plane line. You will never see a tour player's butt come off that line, back or down. Okay. But yet you see almost every amateur come off that line. So I'm going to put a little line here just to kind of signify when you hit on the pro zone that has a bar right there. All right. Let's see the two things that I just said. You didn't touch it much, but you touched it a little bit right there. I got you, okay. But you didn't start there. Look where it started. So your hands came in, a full hands further out. So let's look where your butt is when you hit it. Yeah, it's way out. So yeah, it's underneath this way. Yeah. Look how straight up and down you are. So let's look at his spine. He just hit it. His spine angle's the same. Spine angle means the bend point from your hips to your top of your spine. Your hips have now gone to know your hips. Yeah. And I still attribute some of that to ball position, but you're used to, if you went to Chuck Cook, he would charge you $2,500 for this lesson. But you're making love to the ball. Yeah. Your hips are going under, and all of their hips go around. Okay. They stay behind them. That's what gives them the room for the club to work underneath. Your club's always going to come in somewhat steeper. Right. See how high your hands are now? Mm-hmm. His hands come in about in exactly the same position as started. So here's your impact position. Let's see where you started. Okay. Because your hands were here, they ended up there, but your hips went that way. Mm-hmm. You don't have any choice. You hit yourself in the body. Right? Yeah. You don't have any room. So you stand up to hit it. Yeah. These guys, I'll show you Tiger in 2000 just to share with us. And Tiger was obviously the best player on the planet. If you look at Rory or Jason or Justin or Steve or any of those guys that are pretty good ballers, I mean, they're obviously good players. their hips stay on. In fact, if anything, their hips actually are behind the line coming down. So how much room does he have for his arms to swing?
Yeah, it's fun.
So when you get to that same position, you're stuck.
Yeah,
His hips are back here.
right.
His hips have turned and they've moved around. So now his arms and hands come down exactly, about in exactly the same position, almost as they started. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, getting the hips. So what causes you to rise up, so much?
Because you don't have any
After
room.
okay.
You don't have any space. If you release the club early, when you stay in your posture, you're going to hit the ground first.
Yeah.
Because you don't have any room. Again, there's no spacing between your body and your arms.
Okay.
Their arms are always in front of them. They're never stuck behind them. Why is their arm in front of them? Because their ass is out of there.
Yeah.
And again, if I showed you throwing a club out in the middle of the range, you wouldn't look like that. You'd look like that.
Yeah.
Your hips would be opening and turning. You're standing up and flipping the club over. Look how much more he's turned his body there.
Yeah.
You can watch your hand action through impact. You're trying to control it with your hands. Your club head's going dead left. His club head stays outside of his hands. So his hands are going left.
Yeah.
The club stays out in front. But look how much he's rotating through impact. You're not. I mean, your body just absolutely stops
Yeah.
through impact. You stand up.